All right, welcome to Wednesday Night Fights Arcade Edition. It's 2013.
That's right, and I'm James Chen.
Yeah, I'm Ultra David. What's up, everybody?
How's it going? And before we get started on some Street Fighter 4 AE action,
yes,
I have a public service announcement.
Okay.
People, all you guys out there, who would not want, hanging in their living room, a lovely oil painting
Oh, I don't like where this is
of
going.
Mike Ross caressing the face of E Honda, a beautiful painting created by Left-Handed Monkey that is currently on eBay right now for sale, and the proceeds of this painting go to equal split donation between Level Up and Team Spooky. It is for a worthy cause, and let's face it, you are gonna get the sexy mug of E Honda there,
yeah,
and Mike Ross.
I knew where you were going with that. I was tracking
No,
you.
honestly, you guys should check it out. It's really cool. There it is. There it is. Look at that, dude. Look at that. He's caressing his hand.
He's got big hands, that man.
Well, that's what happens when you do a lot of 100 hand slaps, right? I mean,
guess
you need big hands for that. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Mike
I mean,
has little petite hands.
dude,
Give me
Mike
that
Ross.
demure smile.
Yeah, I know. That's the Mike Ross face, like from that GQ cover, right? So,
It is kind of the Mike Ross face, though. He
Yeah,
gives you
yeah.
that stare all the time.
Exactly.
You know what I'm talking about? Like the.
yeah,
He
but
does that all the time.
yeah, but you should definitely check this out on eBay. All the news sites have links to it as well. So you can also check out the awesome time-lapse video Left-Handed Monkey makes, where you actually see him paint the whole entire
yeah?
thing. It's really cool. Did you put it over that poster in the back?
Is that the backdrop?
Dude, that
Wow.
was so sick. Okay, good stuff.
You're
good
the
stuff,
best.
Armando. That was good.
You are the best.
All right, so we have HGG Julio going up against Level Up's very own Mr. Alex Valle.
Yeah, Alex has been pretty much ruling the roost of late.
Cesar Alejandro Valle.
This is a matchup that's not great for him, though. Already Faye has him into the corner. Nice. Sees the counter hit, but goes with the crouching fish rather than the Rekka.
Yeah. I mean, it's safer, right? You
yeah,
don't
I
have to
guess.
confirm off of it, but if you do confirm off the counter hit, you get way more damage on that Rekka, a lot more distance.
Yeah. It's hard as for you to not get backed up in this matchup. You want to be outside of Rekka range if you can, but that means that you just get backed up eventually. So you gotta pick some ground at some point.
Now, even if you manage to get close enough to try to jump over him.
Ooh, why?
Ooh, wow.
He just did meaty EX flame kick?
That was so weird.
I wonder if something else was intended there. But I can't really imagine what else, considering the input.
Oh no, he missed that link. So this is bad for him. And Vi there going for the frame trap. Didn't quite get it.
And again, Alex backs up, and it's going to be down to Julio, who can still win this to back Alex all the way up.
Oh yeah, one counter hit low strong.
He has to fight for this now. Alex is not just going to back up blindly anymore. Julio has to actually fight to make that happen.
Ooh, wow, nice.
And he didn't.
Nice avoidance there. I don't know if the low forward is what caused him to go under that. I think it was just badly distanced.
No, it was.
Oh, it was? Okay. Okay. Because I know that chicken wing doesn't cross up like it used to, and Vi actually did manage to turn around with that low forward.
At the start of a round, Alex will sometimes back off, especially at the beginning.
Yeah.
But towards the end, when he knows he has the big life lead, and he knows all he needs is one hit of chip, he is not going to give up space the same way as he does early on.
Yeah, and plus the other thing too, at end round situations, Vi gets very much more aggressive because he knows everybody gets nervous, right? So you don't want to touch any buttons.
You are 100% on that.
Ooh,
Nice round. Nice round.
And there it is. I mean, I know we talk about this all the time. I hate repeating myself, but top players like Vi, like Justin, how many times you see them lose the first round and look human and get beat up, and it's like, wow. But then all of a sudden they just come back and destroy everybody in the next couple of rounds.
Yeah, it's up to Julio to make Alex fear about that range. That's the range that he wants Alex to fear. But, okay, now he's given Alex some pause. Okay, so in the last couple sequences, he's made it to Alex to think about this. And that's good. It's exactly what he needs to do.
Oh, gosh, just didn't block the cross. Ooh, fancy times from Vi. But unfortunately for Vi, he ends up cornering himself again.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be the biggest deal. Yeah, there you go. Julio taking a really unadvised risk.
Yeah. Oh, great counter hit on that low strong, but Vi did not. Oh!
Good stuff. It's pretty much over.
Just reacted to that. Because you know what? Julio had been focusing a lot this round. So Vi just walked up and said low forward, and it wasn't a reaction. It was anticipation that allowed him to cancel that, because he was basically saying, if I see focus, I'm going to cancel this and do an uppercut.
Yeah.
So smart
Again,
stuff.
I really want Julio to establish the fact that he's willing to threaten Alex more. You can't just rely on the threat of Faye. You have to actually make good on the threats sometimes. He really hasn't done that enough.
Okay, Vi's got him in the corner. Wow! That had to have been an uppercut that just didn't come out properly.
I don't know.
But it doesn't matter. He should be able to finish him off there. Not even an EX uppercut, just regular uppercut
All right, man.
takes him out.
Business time.
Yep.
Alex moves on, goes back to work, running things here
Like
at the tournament.
I like the Autobot sign that Julio had on his shirt, though.
Yeah, it was cool.
Good stuff.
Sitting down next is Marcus Teddy, a.k.a. Mark Teddy, a.k.a. Marcus Taylor. And Blockbuster John coming up now.
Yep. Mark, of course, recently in the last few times has changed his nickname. You know, he doesn't go by the same nickname he used to go.
What, Negro Matt?
Yeah, exactly.
Did you not want to say the word Negro?
What is this?
Is that what that was about?
What is this?
You couldn't say Negro? This is a picture of Timo for some reason.
Sorry. Obviously, my LOL knowledge is not strong.
Yeah.
You and Kelly remind me of that every time I try to mention LOL on First Attack.
That's true.
You guys apparently give each other eyes and just
we got
laugh.
eyes.
You laugh about it all
We
the
have
time.
eyes for days when you talk about League on stream. Absolutely.
I'm trying. You
I know.
Try to make it relevant. That's all.
By the way, our experiment of trying on Ultra 10 TV to put that we're playing League of Legends to try to convince people to come and watch, not working out.
Hasn't worked.
Not working. Nobody's buying the ruse.
Probably because people will come in and be like, "What is this? Is not League." And
some
just
douche
run
is
away.
talking about some crap.
Exactly.
All right, so Adon versus Guide. John's been running Adon for a long time now.
Alpha matchup here.
Yeah. And Marcus has been really strong for, I don't know, 6 months, maybe a little bit longer now. But he's been a threat to win each of the Wednesday night fights for a long time.
There was one period of time where he won like 2 weeks in a row, right? And got second place like a third week. So, and he'd been defeating people like Online Tony and Alex Vi and such, and Kino.
Yeah, that's right. But Block Buter John is always a really good player, too. He's a smart guy. He knows how to abuse his Adon stuff.
Yeah, the way he uses Adon is very beautiful.
There you go. Against Mark Teddy.
Nice link. That low short stand strong reaches from so far away.
And that setup doesn't work on Adon. His wake up was slowed down after the ridiculousness of Super, but it's not slowed down that much.
Dude, did you see that elbow drop beat out Adon's uppercut just completely? It just cleaned it out.
Actually, a lot of things will do that.
Yep, throw him back in the corner. Only a tiny little bit of life. Oh, did he just try? He might have tried to wake up uppercut into Ultra. Why not? I mean, that would have gotten him back into it if he had managed to get that uppercut into FADC.
Yeah. Well, I want John to not just play the zoning game. Yeah, I mean, this is the same kind of thing that he tried last round.
Oops.
It wasn't really a consistent thing for him.
Yeah, and
I
unfortunately,
wanted to put on a little bit more pressure.
And you saw right there, Marcus was anticipating that he was going to get the uppercut, FADC uppercut combo. Did not quick rise, otherwise he could have punished Adon. So you should be trying to quick rise at all times, just in case.
Ooh, boy.
Ooh, that EX one is so good now because it doesn't flash until it gets off the wall.
He tried for the air grab. John was not in the air, but Marcus ends up taking it pretty convincingly. I want to see a little bit of an adjustment from John. Don't just start off with Jagger Quicks. Oh, this is not a good look.
It's really interesting, too, because the funny thing about Mark is you remember when we first played against him, he used Akuma, he used Sagat, he used Ryu. And it's really interesting that he settled on this character here on Guy, because it's very unlike we saw at... Oh, okay. I thought he linked the slide into a stand strong because you saw that happen in Cross Tekken.
Yeah, that works in Cross, but not here.
Crazy. Ambiguous cross up, but
it's not ambiguous enough. And then the classic Marcus setup
after. I
afterward.
love that. Just bait out the uppercut. You know, if you're Adon, what you want to do is forward dash through that because you'll get away from a lot of things with that.
So in this last round, John has got to press a little bit more. Trying to play this neutral game has not been working out. Marcus has gotten in each time, and when John has gotten knockdowns, he's been very light on his pressure. It's been like an obvious cross-up setup into not a counter-hit setup, and already he's...
Yeah, Adon he's a good zoning character because of that standing roundhouse. I don't know if Marcus did that on purpose, but that was a sick bait if that was on purpose.
Yeah, I believe it.
Jumping off the wall like that. Oh, and he's going to do it with those 7 golden letters.
I would run out of this building if I were John.
I can't count those 5 golden letters.
I would be out of here. I would not show my face right now. Did you see what just happened? Ugh.
Dude, he read him like a book, pretty much.
Pretty gross.
Yeah.
Good stuff to Marcus.
I mean, that's the thing, right? Adon is such a great zoning character with that stand roundhouse, and he's got an uppercut, but it just wasn't working against Marcus at the time. So you got to abandon that game. You can't stick with what's not working, and that's honestly a problem with a lot of players these days. They stick with what's not working.
Yeah, it wasn't just that he wasn't trying to, or that he was trying to zone as Adon. Instead, he was trying to zone in a particular way with just using Jaguar kicks and not really being a ground character. You know, everybody has to know by now. I'm sure everybody at home realizes. But whenever Marcus wakes up, he presses down plus jab plus short.
Yeah.
He is a crouch tech monster.
He doesn't even crouch tech. He just does down short.
No, it's crouch tech that he turns into a combo.
Oh, okay, okay.
And yeah, everybody lets him get away with it. I don't know why. Like, he's a really good player, don't get me wrong. But he is dependent on that.
Dude, there was one time I was playing against him, and I knew that, right? So I knocked him down right when he got up. I did low jab, and then I just uppercutted, and I hit him, right? So the next time I was like, okay, I just uppercutted him.
Yeah, not even a good counter hit setup, like a quit it.
Right, yeah. I was just like, yes, I know what you're doing. Stop it. Yeah. And I did low jab, and I walked up to throw him. He's low shorted me.
I'm telling
anyway,
you. I'm telling you.
It's just consistent. So
it's like the read that people have on Infiltration, where everybody knows that he's a crouch tech monster.
Yes.
But he still gets away with it.
Dude, I'm a low short monster too. I low short all the time. I can't help it. It's like I just have to. I don't even crouch tech. I don't think. I think I just hit low short because I'm just like a panic.
Dang.
A panic thing.
Probably
so.
press the jab in there too, just in case.
No.
Might as
Not
well.
hard to learn. Yeah, exactly. Covers 2 bases.
Yeah, yeah.
And so who do we have up here right now? Got Arrow versus D Chong.
Was this Honda and Faye? I believe so.
Yes, and Arrow was on the first player side using Mr. Edmund Honda, who you saw Mike Ross lovingly stroke the face of in that painting, which is on eBay right now. Proceeds of that will be split evenly between Team Spooky and Level Up.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, so definitely go and bid for that.
The guy who made it isn't getting anything out of it?
No, he's doing it specifically to donate to Level Up and Team Spooky because he says they are his favorite streams and he thinks that they are the hardest working guys and do so much and provide content every week. So he said, you know what, I'm donating to them.
What a prince. That's nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely check out Left-Handed Monkeys eBay for the Mike Ross and Honda painting, oil painting.
I think it's a tough match for Honda, in my opinion. A lot of stuff that he depends on is punishable by Faye toward roundhouse and even hands if they're not spaced right, and you know, the headbutt. It's rough.
Even the EX headbutt can be punished by an EX Rekka, correct?
Oh, nice! That was a really good response. That sweep. I mean, he could have caught in a combo out of it. The hard knockdown is pretty sweet.
Yeah, and Arrow's missed a lot of those Ocho throws, so you know, at the ranges that he's gotten counter hit with the Rekka. So I'm actually surprised he keeps going to it, but Arrow seems to be a very throw-heavy Honda.
Obvious Dragon Punch time. Oh, nice empty jump into setup. D Chong is in a good position for himself at a range where he can do exactly that. He got it out before I could.
Yeah, he just basically wanted to do a couple of EX Rekkas to chip a little bit more if he blocked it, and then he would be that much closer just probably to a regular Rekka series to finish him off.
Yep. Yeah, it's a weird match for Honda because he can't just play defensively. He's got to play. I feel like it's kind of like the Ryu match we saw earlier. Like, he wants to not be in a certain range, but in order to not be in that range, he just isn't doing stuff. You know, it's weird.
Yeah, see, but Arrow keeps going to that throw. He's gone to the throw so many times.
Ooh, no punish.
Yeah, I was about to say walk up throw right after that. So there it is again.
Oh, Arrow's putting up more of offense now, which is, I think, exactly what he needs.
This is so just fascinating to me right now that Arrow is basically playing Honda like a grappler, and he had an opportunity right there just to go for it again. Yeah. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he.
Oh, wow.
Mind. Okay, that's what the stand roundhouse there.
And he wanted to still chase down D Chong. I think that's an interesting strategic decision. He had the big life lead, but the offense had been working for him throughout that whole series, so he decided to keep it up.
Ooh.
And that's definitely what you got to be worried about if you're playing offense.
Yeah, that's the thing right now about Fei Long has such good normals. You can kind of play this footsie game against Honda, and then you get the free chip on a couple of Rekkas.
Yeah.
I would like to see D-Chong play a little. Okay, see, that's what he was doing in the first round. He was backdashing through those.
Oh, no!
Oh, good stuff. Wow. Getting as much damage as possible.
Dragon Punch? Oh, my God. Great block by Arrow, but D-Chong with...
Focus
so
this! Yeah, but you're right. Arrow did that jump cross-up, and he was expecting the uppercut from D-Chong.
Yeah.
You know, I guess...
Smart by D-Chong to not do it, but at the same time, smart by Arrow to expect it.
Yeah, but if you were D-Chong and you were expecting him to block, you should have thrown. I think he was really, honestly, just not uppercutting because he was scared. It wasn't an anticipation kind of thing. All right. I'm pretty sure Arrow probably tried to walk up and Ocho throw there, which is what got him hit. But he gets out of the corner, and there it is, dash Ocho.
Oh, nice. Well, I mean, I'll say this about what Arrow's doing is that he's identified some weaknesses in D-Chong's play, and he keeps going to it, which is good. That's what you should do.
Pseudo frame trap there where we did the low short and the stand fierce. Oh, was that punish, or did Arrow just not block? That's
random ultra. Oh, I would have done it. It would have worked. But all right.
Yeah, because that was punishable, and if he should have been able to Rekka him back, he just did it too late. It was not a reversal, and so you're right. He totally would have gotten ultra.
It would have been the dumbest ultra, but whatever.
No,
that's what I like.
That would have been a Mike Ross ultra, right?
Yeah, it would have been on reaction.
Yeah, a read. It would have been a read from Mike Ross. So
you know it.
Oh, wow, just punch him in the legs. See, there it is, punishable. Got to be careful with those. That's one of the first headbutts that he's just kind of done in a random situation and immediately gets punished. Very easy to react to. And right there, Arrow tried to dash forward into low jab, tried to get him to bait him into thinking the Ocho was coming.
Wow.
Ooh, shake his hand.
Good job by D-Chong not being in position to even get hit by that. Wow.
Really? That was...
Could have just had a normal grab.
Yeah, I mean, that...
Much faster.
I don't know what read he has because, you know, in some instances, you know, that would almost have been like kind of like a, I know you're going to sit there disrespectful kind of move, you know?
Yeah. Well, when Arrow's been on the defense, it's kind of been like that. He hasn't had the best defensive timings. When he has taken rounds, it's been more offensively.
Yep, there it is, the Ocho throw. And he's gotten, I swear he's gotten like 90% of his damage from Ocho throws.
Yeah, good block.
Great read.
Could have been punished a little bit better, but hey, he gets grab out of it. Big life lead now, too.
Yeah. Little hand slap FADC shenanigans.
Oh, yes. Good job by D-Chong. Not sure why Arrow thought he got to go to that.
Ooh, good stuff. Getting right through there. Countering, you know, doing the same thing with that uppercut. He blocked the jump strong. Jump strong, shorter blocks than. Watch out for Rekka.
Random ultra. Oh, no. I just want to see it. I just think it'd be cool. And it would have worked both times.
It's not a random ultra. It's a read. It's a read. Anytime Honda hits with an ultra in those situations, it's always a read.
Okay.
That's what I've been told by Mike Ross.
All right, all right. At least it's not the Marn where everything he does is on reaction.
Right, that's true, that's true. So Mike Ross is about reads, Marn is about reactions. And now D-Chong looking pretty solid here.
Definitely in control of this. Arrow with the meter, but like I said, he hasn't fought that well from the corner or fought that well defensively.
Oh, I like that stand. Was that a crouch strong?
It was crouch strong.
Yeah. Oh, good throw.
Oh, don't go in the corner. No, there's just no need to do that.
Oh, and then he erupted his own combo for a throw.
All right, well, Arrow's back in the corner, but what can he get here? Ooh, nice. Good read on that.
Yeah, every other time he's gone to the butt slam, and no, don't do what's punishable.
Well, he was looking, I think, for Wake Up Dragon Punch.
Yeah.
That would have won, but it was just a big risk. It was a big risk.
Yeah, in that situation, you would have been better off with a backdash instead of doing something so punishable.
Or just blocking, you know?
I don't know if he had enough life left to block.
Oh, was he at chip
depth
range?
No, he wasn't.
Okay.
Because he got hit by multiple hits of the Rekka.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah.
He was probably scared of losing any more health, though, because that's the scary thing about Fei Long is once you get down to pixels, it's so easy for him to chip you to death with a couple of Rekkas, you know?
Yeah. Fei Long. So good.
Alrighty.
That's a cool background.
Yeah, that is a nice background.
Nicely done.
Some cross-Tekken artwork. I want to give a shout-outs really quick to all of our sponsors. Twitch.tv, Shoryuken.com, Super Dojo, of course, running this event here, and their donation drive has ended already, but a lot of money was raised. And Super Arcade is starting to look a little more like Super Arcade again. Yeah,
it's true. There are actually machines in here. I'm sure people at home didn't get a good chance to see, but there you go. Rondo showing you what's up. For a while, both sides were just white. They were just walls. Yeah. It was depressing. honestly. It was strange to see an arcade like that. But, you know, as a little bit more money has come in, Mike has been able to rebuy some of the things that he had before. As you see, it's not all back. There's a big space in the middle there that didn't used to be there. So it's not 100%, but it is definitely coming back to life at least. Which is good. Thanks to everybody who helped out.
And of course, shout outs to Mad Cats and Broken Tier, two of the most awesome peripheral providers in the form of controllers and in t-shirts. But yeah, I mean, like I was talking to Watson about like trying to get some of these cabinets. There were some cabinets he bought from Northern California. Yeah. And literally he drove up there. He like woke up at like 7 in the morning, drove all the way up to Northern California, packed these machines into a truck and drove them all the way back in the same day and basically got home at like 9 p.m. or something crazy like that. That is a
6-hour drive each way.
What's that? Oh, you went with him too? Oh, jeez. So Armando's...
Was that like a 20-hour day? Sacramento even. Holy crap.
Jeez. Wait, you left at 3 a.m.?
Wow, 3 a.m. to 9:30 was that day. Jeez. Anyway, as you can tell,
Armando's a trooper as well.
Yeah, they have really been putting their heart into it.
Yeah.
That's why it's so nice to see that other people have been doing the same in the form of some dollars.
Oh, yeah, for sure, for sure. And, you know, some people who donated were lucky enough to win prizes. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. How's your headset?
It's the best headset.
I'm enjoying my Street Fighter Cross Tekken pad. So
first time I've ever won anything in a fighting game community lottery.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Have I ever won anything before?
That's, I mean, it looked like it was staged. You know, people were joking around because like you and I won something.
Yeah, dude, Mike Watson was so upset about that too.
Yeah. I was like, you should have just redrawn.
You know, honestly,
he didn't want to do it.
Maybe I'll give away my pad on Ultra Chen TV or something like that.
That's very nice of you.
That'd actually be cool. Because I have a couple of them already. You know what I mean? So there's no Cammy on this, so there's no point.
Oh, who's the character on it?
It's actually a bunch of characters. I think it's like
it's General Street Fighter one.
Yeah, it's like Bob and some other characters. Or
oh,
whatever.
Wow, Bob.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Anyway, Mark Teddy, Online Tony coming up. This must be pretty far in the tournament at this point. I guess pretty far into winners.
Yep, but these two
find out.
have turned into pretty...
This is top 4 winners? Yeah. This is winners semifinals then.
Yeah, bottom half of the bracket. You can follow along at levelup.challenge.com. Mark Teddy and Online Tony have, you know, they've kind of developed this little rivalry here.
Yeah, and I got to give it up to Tony because he really does his homework. I saw him playing against our resident Hakan player, not me, and he knew the ins and outs of the Hakan matchup even. So he's put in so much time in this game that he knows matchups that nobody even plays. And dude, I definitely respect that.
Look at what he's doing right now. He's working on Mark.
Just do Dragon Punch again. Just do it. Oh, would have worked.
Yeah, but Mark technically won that round. He prevented the perfect.
I just want to point out, I'm 3-0 on ridiculous calls so far tonight.
Dude, you want to know who was ridiculous calls? Mr. L.I. Joe. During the entire Sony press conference earlier today, he was like, next game they're going to show the puzzle game. And the puzzle game came up. He's like, next one is going to be some generic action game. He's like, next one. And like the very end, he's like, what the hell, bonus round, action RPG game. And then Square Enix showed like the thing.
That
he's
is
like,
hilarious.
L.I. Joe was on fire today.
All right, well, I have to go lose in Cross Tekken. I'll be back in a little bit.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. And Online Tony with 2 quick rounds. Now, I do want to remind everyone, of course, Online Tony and Mark Teddy were both teammates at the Southern California Regionals, and they went up against FGTV and upset FGTV with their victory. Mark Teddy going 5-0 in that tournament, defeating everyone. Of course, the FGTV crew all said, how far did they get in the actual tournament, huh? How far did they actually get? So, you know, definitely bragging rights for both sides. But it was really awesome to see Mark Teddy do so well. First time really in a major spotlight with a lot of pressure on him. And now, look at this. Mark Teddy playing a very solid game. Wow. Only Tony went for wake up spinning pile drive. I guess he thought Marcus was going to land a little bit sooner than he did. But Guy, of course, with that floaty jump, causing the SPD to miss. Now, you saw the first 2 rounds that Online Tony won so convincingly. I love that chase down with the EX elbow. But the first 2 rounds, it was because Online Tony got the vortex going against Guy. And so the last round, Mark was able to avoid that vortex, and he's been able to avoid it so far this one too, and great read to block that uppercut. Caused Tony to miss, to waste the meter on that blocked uppercut. Mark right now, do you see how he's getting online Tony just to backdash himself into the corner? That is some great stuff there from Marcus Teddy just to chase him down. But great reaction from online Tony to get the ultra going. So this is gonna get him down like with Seth, yeah, see? One combo like this and now just one vortex, even an SPD. Oh, nice read there, and he baited him with that jump over. He knew Marcus was getting desperate. Wake up, EX uppercut and or uppercut is such a standard move towards the end of a round. Online Tony read that so well. A lot of people actually, you know, say Online Tony is super random, but he actually has a lot of very good reads, very strong reads, like at the end of that last round. All right, so here's Online Tony's opportunity here. Oh, just tries to bait out a wake up from Marcus Teddy, and this is gonna be huge damage. Just made it over a sonic boom. I mean, that's kind of interesting, but Mark, we just talked about the crouch short thing earlier. He's not an easy person to discourage. You saw Online Tony land that ultra against him when he jumped last round, and then that round he was like, there's no way he's gonna jump at me again because I have my ultra all lined up, so I'm gonna throw a sonic boom instead. And sure enough, Marcus jumped forward anyway, so sometimes you can't let yourself get discouraged, but it's one of the hardest things. You're basically countering your own human nature to get those kind of situations to work in your favor. Oh, only 3 hits there. Hit him from the other side. Wow, point blank slide. Oh, here we go, big punish, but the roundhouse was too slow. So he didn't quite get him, and now Online Tony with a huge opportunity. Regular throw, smart stuff, not quite dead yet. Okay. He tried to chase him down now. Ooh. I love that decision from Online Tony there. 4 low shorts in a row because you're thinking he's going to go low short, and try to chip you with an uppercut. Instead, he just kept going low short, expecting Marcus to stand up from a hurricane, which is exactly what he did. Got the damage. Oh, jeez. Now already a dizzy. Low fierce, jab, uppercut, stomp, 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 dive. See what mix-up he's got. And Mark just does it. He says, I'm just going to go for it. Oh, he went out. He went after him with the air throw. Didn't quite reach him. And that should be it. Online Tony takes it over Mark Teddy. Good play. I mean, it started off seeming like a domination from Online Tony, but Mark was able to take it to game 3 and I believe last round. So good stuff. Great fight between those two. And you can see them talking to each other right now. A lot of times top players who have become good friends, like I said, they were teammates, and they're probably just like talking to each other about stuff that happened in the match, kind of trading, you know, like, oh, I was, you know, you should be careful of doing this, or I knew you were going to do this, or what were you trying in this situation?